According to beat reporters and a lot of buzz circling around Cleveland right now, and specifically from this reporter, Mary Kay Cabot, the Judkins situation might finally be coming to a conclusion, or rather, his career might be finally getting kicked off. Uh, very good authority. We have very good authority that Judkins is going to sign probably in the next couple days, if not day, and then we'll move on from there and decide where to rank him, where to draft him, where to trade for him. Do you trade for him? Do you trade him away off the buzz? What's the likelihood of him climbing into the starting lineup? And keeping in mind that he was very much in sort of a cloudy situation anyway, with the fact that this team drafted another running back that honestly I believe is more skilled than Judkins is in many ways. So at the end of the day, I don't know that we're in any different of a state than we were prior, but just with a little bit of a disadvantage in Judkins trying to climb up. But is there still value? Now that we're getting Judkins extremely late, it bakes in all that concern. So we have to look at the new found value in situation as it relates to Judkins. He's about to climb in value, though, hence why you might want to trade him away if you have him, even if you believe in him. We'll kick all that off. We'll talk about this and more, and then we jump straight into a draft on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. That link is dropped in the live chat. It's been pinned. Code Smitty gets it done as well. Code Smitty gives you 50% matching your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. The minimum is only $10. So if you do 10, they'll give you 5. Just click that link now and sign up so you're not scrambling to get into the draft later. We will be jumping straight in once we're done with the news. But yeah, here we are. Judkins, day or days away from signing a contract that apparently, and we'll talk about it more on the other side of the intro, but apparently it's really coming down to the negotiation of the contract. It's not an issue with the league anymore. It sounds like the league did their own independent investigation. We've been waiting to hear on what the details are of that. We haven't heard much at all. Now all of a sudden it's like he's going to sign his contract, but he's waiting on this right here, the money. And did the situation change the financial aspect of things for him, or is his camp saying, look, we're going to hold out for what we were going to get prior to all this? He's innocent, and the Browns are trying to finagle that they're wanting to have less of a commitment to him in terms of guaranteed money, which is probably what it's 100% about, is the guaranteed money. The Fantasy Football Show, the Graveyard Edition. We're live almost every single night at midnight Eastern. We're a little late tonight, but we went way over on the other show. That edition begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Live whenever big news breaks. Here's the report here. Let me read off this piece of potential news here, and you guys can hear it from the actual write-up and source, originating source. And this is all that it is that we're talking about. Quinshon Judkins, a no-show on day one of Bengals week, but could arrive soon. Key injured starters. They go over some of the breakdowns. But in this report, it talks about the second-round pick out of Ohio State. Judkins remains unsigned and away from the team, presumably while his agent, Todd France, and the Browns work through the contract details. So that's what it's about. It's about this right here. It's about the money, the cold hard cash, but specifically the guaranteed money. How much guaranteed bling is this guy going to lock down? And that's all it's about at this point. It doesn't sound like the league is doing anything, intervening, doing any sort of further investigation as of this moment, but you never know. Hard to potentially say. I think at the end of the day here, we have two things to think about. We have Judkins in the value that you already drafted, so already own him. And, what's that value look like for you? There's actually three ways. Those that want to draft Judkins, okay? Those that, maybe there's four. Those that want to trade for Judkins, and then those that want to sell Judkins. So there's actually a lot going on here. So already own them. What's the impact here? You're just trying to get your value back. You're trying to get back to square one. And honestly, the loud people, no offense to some of the people in here too, and I'm not trying to rip on Judkins. I'm not saying there isn't value here. I know you're excited. I know that you saw this live stream and you're like, yes, let's go. I've got 10 shares. I got him here. I got him here. I got him here. Those that own him are loud. They want his value to be amazing. They have invested interest in this thing going the right direction. They have invested interest in calling him the next Bucky Irving. They have invested interest in looking at this thing from a positive light. There are positives. If you've already owned him, things can only get better. Your value's now going up, and that's great. That's great. It can only go up from here. So this is good news. This is a good day for you if you already invested in him. And some of you invested early on when you got really burned by this whole situation. He's definitely lost momentum. He does not have a kung fu grip on the first and second down work like he would have had this situation not gone the way that it's gone. But you're certainly inching back toward that direction if it is within his grasp and realm to grab the job from Samson, from Ford, and become an every down back, or at least a full-time first and second down back and a rotational third down back, which sum total would give him near starter volume. That's your hope. You've already invested. Some of you invested in around 10, around 12, around 14. Some of you invested around 5 early on. Regardless, this is the bucket of loud people that are very positive and optimistic and acting as though this thing's 100% going back to normal. I don't see it that way. I think it's possible, but there's a lot of moving parts to this thing. Those that want to draft him right now, well, this news, and it's probably going to climb up, his value going to climb up into, like, I would say 9, 8. Some people are going to reach a little too early. So I've seen 7, around 7 value. It's pretty ridiculous. I would say that this is probably not the smartest move at this point. If you own him already and you're in this camp and you spend a very low draft capital type of cost of entry, then you're fine. You're fine. You're literally the best off, potentially. And we'll talk about the selling side of it. These two are the best positions to be in, because if you have him right now, again, you already are settled on the fact that he is what he is right now. Now you can potentially sell him. Trading for him, not an advisable stance as well, because his value is starting to increase. Now, if you could get him before the climb, I'm not going to X this out, because there is a world where somebody that owns him is going to be stupid with the value. They're just going to trade him away. They're going to feel like, oh God, I can get out of this right now. They're going to sell way too early. And so there is an opportunity to go poking around. I wouldn't go 1-for-1, 1v1. I would say, hey, Bob, how you doing? You got a second? Are you taking a break from those TPS reports? And then you sit down and you go, I'm bored, man. What do you want to trade? Don't ask for Judkins. Ask for something else that you can't get. Make him defend his team. That's my second best player. That's my first best player. That's my third best player. That's my fourth. That's my fifth best player. And now when you get to Judkins, he's already told you Judkins isn't even in my top 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players. I've already confirmed he's not that good, because I just said this guy's my first, this guy's my second, this is my third. Psychology. Okay, use the psychology. Then you get to the Judkins conversation, and only if he's willing to say, I might as well sell him now because maybe he goes back down, or if he doesn't get the job. And so you get him cheap in some sort of complex, 2-for-2 deal. He gets thrown in. So this is open for the taking. I'm not going to exit out. Wanting to draft him doesn't sound smart. There's too many people in hands in the pot, and somebody's going to get cute and grab him too early. Then you're going to be forced to grab him earlier than them, and it just becomes an ADP hike. Judkins already owns, loud people selling him. This is trading for him, again, not advisable unless that scenario plays out that way. Selling him is definitely advisable. If I own him or I see somebody's team that has Judkins on it, my first thing I say, trade him. You remember when Jonathan Brooks was coming back from his ACL tear? Chuba Hubbard last year was kind of just renting the space, right? Kind of living inside the abode that was meant for Jonathan Brooks. What did I say every single time somebody's team popped up and Jonathan Brooks was on there? Trade him. Every time. Every single time I pulled up a team. Smitty, here's my team. What do you think? Smitty, here's my roster. What should I do? Smitty, any moves? Smitty, here's this team. Any moves? I'd always say, looking at it, Jonathan Brooks, trade him. Why? Because it had a very nice amount of trade value with a lot of risk involved. Judkins still has a lot of risk. He's got to climb up. He's got to grab the job from both Ford and from Samson. He's got to avoid injury because he's been holding out, regardless of whether it was his fault or not. He's been sitting out rather. And it's the same thing as like a holdout. Your body is not ready for football. You're going to be thrown to the wolves, and soft tissue injuries are going to be just knocking on this guy's door. So you have injury history. He's behind. He's got to pick up the offense. He's also fighting between two different players. His offense is questionable. The ball being in the red zone and living in a frequent space where he can be productive is kind of in question. There's a lot of red flags. So at the end of the day, the advice here is to sell him. I see a roster with Judkins. It's not that it can't work out for these individuals right here that say, I already own him. I can't sell him. No one trades in my league. Good. The value's up. You should be happy that you're going in a positive direction. But if you can trade, this is going to be a major trade piece for teams that don't have a running back. They're going to be very, very intrigued by getting an RB. There's a lot of unknowns that makes it exciting because the unknowns could be great. They could be medium. They could be bad. But the unknowns at least give someone hope. And this is a pretty well-liked prospect walking into this offseason and then the unfolding of everything. At the end of the day, I'm going to say sell, sell, sell. You'll hear me say it over and over and over. The risk of selling him and him doing as well as some think he will do, the risk of it not happening far outweighs the risk of you regretting the trade. Because if you're selling him on the high, he's getting more value. You're getting something for it. And even if, let's say, Judkins produces, you both win because you're selling him high. You're selling him on the building up of the hype. The starting running back is busting back out onto the scene. That's the story you're telling. That's the sales pitch you're giving. So if you're selling him at that vantage point, you're getting something that he probably will maybe won't get the return that he's giving you. But in a worst case scenario, you both break even. You're not going to sell him for a player in a deal that doesn't land you the best part of the trade. I'm not saying to get rid of him one versus one. You might not get what you want. But if you sell him and in conjunction with another move that you couldn't get without his assistance being involved in the trade, then you're winning. And it doesn't matter. If Judkins does well, then the person that received him, they did well too. But it doesn't take away from the fact that you made a smart move, and in a worst case scenario, you both break even. That's my advice on Judkins. That's what you should do with Judkins. Sell him. If you've got him and you can't sell him for a good amount, hold him. Hope that things get better. Don't draft him because there's too many hands in the pot to definitely take him at a high value. There's not 11 other guys that are going to let him slip to the round 10, 11, 12 anymore. It's not going to happen. There's safer players to be had. Harvey's much safer, and he's probably a guy that I can see Judkins climbing over because people are wanting him so badly to return to this value. And sometimes people that already own him in another league somewhere will double down as a way of making themselves feel better about the investment that they've been hanging on to. Let me double down. I really feel good about it. It's going to make me feel good about the past and what I've been enduring, all the stress I've been enduring. It's a weird phenomenon, but people are going to double down on Judkins that already have him. Let him, sell him, hold him, trade for him at the right price. There's 100 different ways to look at this thing, but there's still a lot of risk involved in everything relating to Judkins, even though there is some upside as well. We've got a $50 hauler from Tatered Sandwich coming in strong with a 50 wad. Tater doing it live.
Give me $50 hauler. Get by the brother Smitty. Give me $50.
So I'm not sure on this one. Justin for Harvey. Who's trading Harvey for Judkins? I wish. Look, believe me. More things happen that you don't see that I see than you would believe. The fact that, like, even one of the questions we had earlier on the show was I forget what it was, but it was trading JD5 for, like, I don't remember what it was. Do you guys remember what it was? It was craziness. There's all kinds of wild stuff going on. Tatered Sandwich with his $50 hauler. Help Daniels, Achan, Kyron, St. Brown, Worthy, Ingram, Buka, Bench, JCM, Bigsby, Tootin, Mason, Sutton, Mooney. I think I really need Gordon, but they aren't budging. Is Mason, Tootin, Bigsby too much to offer? No. For Gordon, absolutely not. But the problem is they know you want him, bro. They're all over it now. They're just going to hold him over your head. And trade JCM for Sharps. Also, it's been offered. Do I trade JCM for Sharps? I would take Sharps in a heartbeat. And Gordon, you got to give up all of that for Gordon. You just do. If you've got, I forget, do you have A-Chain? You have A-Chain. You have to do it. I mean, walking out with this tater sandwich, I'm not going to tell you your mom's ashamed of you. Your mom's proud of you. Look at this $50 holler. Your mom ain't ashamed of you.
$50. Give me $50.
But everybody else that doesn't have Gordon with A-Chain should be ashamed of themselves but Tatered Sandwich. Tatered, go do both those deals. Do it live. Love the team. Everything else I'm looking at with the squad, I'm saying A-Chan, Kyron, St. Brown, Worthy, Ingram, Lovett, Igbuka, Benches, JC. You got a great squad here. Nothing to work on other than to secure that up. Don't give up any starters or manipulate the bigger guns on the team to solve that problem that honestly should have been drafted, but that's okay. It happens, and I appreciate you. Trade Kelsey, Jacobs, Godwin for Henry and Njoku. Give me Henry and Njoku. Then I maybe try and flip Henry for a Genty, A-Chan, or Bucky, though, just to be honest. Hold Tootin, had ETN or 49ers defense. ETN, hold Tootin, or 49ers have Broncos. I'm definitely holding Tootin. No, I'm not holding a second defense. Hell no. Tootin's a league winner, bro. I keep missing the phone line sell on Caleb Johnson. Absolutely, bro. The news today is awful for him. I don't even think you could sell him anymore. I've been telling you to sell him all offseason, man. Walk away from that. Now with not saying that the door won't reopen to sell him, and certainly don't cut him, but the fact that Jaylen Warren just signed an extension, I just don't think there's a world where this is a one-man show anymore, Caleb Johnson. I mean, they're not going to sign a guy giving him $10+ million in guaranteed money today. They don't even need to sign him. He's under contract. You know what I mean? So what's that tell you? It's just like the Bajan contract. Everyone thinking Caleb's is so secure and nestled into a starting lineup. The moment that guy has 5-6 straight bad games, you don't give Bajan in the middle of the end of the preseason, the very end of the preseason, a big contract extension when he's under contract. You can address it in the offseason. I mean, these are telling things. Trade my Saquon, Hunter, Javonte for Bucky, RJ, JSN. Bucky, RJ, JSN, final answer. Very easy call. The reason I hesitate is there's just monsters galore on there. Drop Ollie for Judkins. Vlad, if you like losing, I mean, do you see Judkins on my supernova list? I see a guy named Ollie Gordon on the supernova list. Also, Moon Man extraordinaire.
The Moon Man dropping.
No, Vlad, I love you, pal, by the way. But no, there's absolutely nothing that could excuse cutting Ollie Gordon right now. He's literally, Vlad, even in a world where HN stays healthy, this might be a top 12 to 14 running back this year. This is a potential mid running back 2, a mid fantasy running back 2 at the very, very worst floor. 10 touchdowns on the ground, probably at a very minimum floor with HN healthy. But the baked in component of this, that if HN goes down, he goes to the top 6, 7, 8 running backs. It's win a league situation. But it doesn't mean you don't get Judkins, but you're not dropping Ollie. And if that's all you got to do, then I mean, I understand that you're in a bind, but I'm not dropping Ollie for Judkins. Hell no. Ollie's in a starting role right now. Even if he's sharing it, he's in a starting role. Judkins, he's still got to climb up into it. Dylan Sampson isn't exactly giving it away. He's going to have a kung fu grip on it. $20 holler by Sandwich again.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Sandwich, appreciate you, pal. We do it live. Thank you. Just needed confirmation. Gordon got drafted 30 picks early. Only reason I didn't draft him, then that's not your fault. I mean, it's happened before, bro. I've said something like, you got to get Sharps, and somebody grabs Sharps. And I mean, in my league I'm in, it happens all the time. It's just my way of really kind of trying to hammer home the point that, like, I am embarrassed of myself when I don't get Sharps and I draft Walker. It happened in the Dynasty draft, live on this show, a day and a half ago, and I traded Kenneth Walker because of it. Flex, Mahomes, Ward, Herbert, Hall, Bajan, Hunter, Worthy, Egbuka, Kelsey, RJ, Benson, Sharps, Garrett, Pitts, ideas. Hall, Bajan, Hunter, Worthy, like the team. Egbuka, RJ, Benson. I mean, you're just waiting on Garrett Wilson and Sharps gets you something huge. Worthy and Garrett right now is possibly something I could work with. RJ Worthy, RJ Garrett Wilson, going and getting a Bucky, going and getting a Genty, going and getting a BTJ. Any combination of that, depending on what you do, you could ask for something back. But those are all moves I consider now. But the bigger move would be, Kevin, to wait. If you can't get a screaming steal, Hall and Garrett Wilson for Bucky and maybe even something, or Genty straight up. If you can't get that, then you're holding, you're waiting. You're letting the Benson, the RJ Harvey, the Worthy, the Garrett Wilson, and Sharps values simmer and cultivate in week one, and then you can come in swinging and get a deal done. Appreciate you with the super chat, my boy. This one's from Tig. Tig, appreciate you with the $5 hauler. Have to drop two or trade 10-man JD5 Bucky, K9 Harvey, Kittle. This one's CD, Rasheed Rice, Buka, and Hunter, Debo. You got a lot of wide receivers. JCM, keep Ollie, keep Ollie and let it marinate. Let Benson simmer. And JCM's got good value now, but he also will probably increase his value if he goes out and has a big game. He could also lose some value if he doesn't go out and have a big game. But I would say if you got to make a trade, I'm cutting Godwin. Who cares about Godwin right now with that lineup? And then you're probably stuck trying to, oh my God, try and make a trade. Try and make a trade 2-for-1. Trades would be like Golden and JCM for one player that might even be just slightly over Golden, just a hair. You have Travis Hunter already, so you can't really go get him. Harvey, you've got already. You can't go get him. Kittle and JCM, or Kittle and Golden, or Kittle and Debo to go get McBride. Damn, bro, this is tough. You don't have Charbonnet. Get rid of K9. Just get rid of him. K9 and JCM, K9 and Debo, K9 and Golden, K9 and Godwin. Go get a potential wide receiver. You got Bucky, you've got Harvey. You'll be okay at RB, especially if Ollie pulls into that mid running back 2 value minimum. But what I prefer running back, yeah. So Debo and K9, or Golden and K9, and you're looking to get probably Tater Sandwich upgraded his membership to priority comments, which means that during the season I'll be sorting by priority comments, first and foremost, and trying to get back to those people first. Doesn't guarantee it, but I mean, I'm pretty much on those comments, right away versus the other ones. Okay. Let's see here. Running backs you could maybe get with that Kenneth Walker and maybe JCM or Kenneth Walker Golden would be something along the lines of Chuba, Breece Hall. I'd rather Breece Hall than Kane. That would be not a bad one. You trade K9 in for Breece Hall. You give him an option like Mason or Godwin. Throw in Godwin. And they might like K9 more than Breece Hall. I like Breece Hall more. Chuba Hubbard is safer. Trey Henderson, obviously. The weird thing is Trey Henderson and Walker are back-to-back best ball ADPs. So can you really get that? Maybe. Hampton, Kyron. What about Kyron? What if we give up K9 and Matthew Golden for Kyron? What about K9 and Debo for Kyron? What about K9 Golden and JCM for Kyron? And now you got 2 spots to pick up some boys with the open spots. That's what I'm doing, bro. That's my favorite idea so far. Thank you very much for the super chat. $10 hauler from Soccer. Appreciate you. Thoughts? A guy in my league has Laporta and Kittle. Go for one. Yeah, but I'd much rather go for a cheaper Tyler Warren, who I think could outscore pretty much everybody but maybe the top 3 tight ends this year. So that's the guy I want, and he costs a whole lot less. But given he has 2 tight ends, maybe he would be willing to trade one. Kittle's going to cost a lot. I'm going to go for Laporta. Otherwise, he's going to want something that's like 3-4 round turn value, and you don't want to give up that. So Neighbors, Bucky, Nix, Kyron, Rice, Golden, Harvey, Warren. If that's... That's probably Jalen Warren. Ollie. Don't trade Ollie. Bigsby, Addison. Addison maybe for Laporta. Golden for Laporta. Tyler Warren and Golden for Laporta. Something along those lines, sure. Go get Tyler Warren. You could do that with the same type of deal probably. Tyler Warren's much better than Laporta anyway, in my opinion. I think he's going to outscore Laporta. So go tackle that. Mahomes and Herbert and Hall. Bijan, Hunter, Worthy, Igbuka, Kelsey, RJ, Harvey, Benson, Sharps. Let Sharps marinate. Garrett Wilson probably needs to gain some value back. People are just very down on him right now. Worthy, people are down on him. RJ, Harvey, down on him. Kelsey, down on him. Hunter, down on him. Breece Hall, down on him. Everybody's down on everybody. So you just wait on this team. They're selling these guys, even though I like them, they're just all going to have to fight. And this is a revenge tour group. I think you just wait a week, bro. Trading Sharps now is not the right time. Don't trade any of these guys. Unless somebody needs a quarterback, you trade them like Herbert and maybe Garrett Wilson for a slight wide receiver upgrade. You could trade maybe Benson now to the Connor owner for a slight upgrade. If you trade him Garrett Wilson, try that. Try those, and other than that, you're just going to sit, wait. You go to the Walker owner, see if they want to overpay now in advance. Sometimes those owners will understand what time it is, and they'll just be afraid that the value is going to go up even more. 10-man full PPR, Gibbs, Achane, AJ Brown, Hendy, Scary, Harvey, Hunter, Rice, Nix, Ingram, Downs, Ollie. I love seeing all of you guys have Ollie Gordon. The only thing that pisses me off is when somebody says, should I cut him? Then I lose it. My boy Vlad, don't cut him. Don't cut Ollie. You got a gold mine there, bro. You got a gold mine. You did a good job drafting him. Congrats on that. Pat yourself on the back when you take your lap. And, you know, you're taking a victory lap, but you're also taking a lap. But congrats on drafting him. Don't ruin that. Judkins should be grabbed, but not at the expense of Ollie. And you'll have to tell me who you have. And if you got to cut a kicker and work on a trade for a day and a half, you do that. 10-man full PPR, Gibbs, Achane, AJ Brown, Hendy. Love this team. Probably trading, if I can, Scary Terry and, I don't know, Downs. You know, you could trade Evan Ingram if his value is high, but I don't even think people love him that much. AJ Brown is somebody I would consider trading. Scary Terry or AJ Brown, I would trade. Man, this team's so good with your wide receivers being Hunter, Rice, but you got to wait on that. And McLaurin, you kind of need AJ Brown right now. But would I trade AJ Brown and Ingram right now and then just roll with Kyle Pitts? I probably would if I could get a heavy haul for that. So even if it was an AJ Brown to BTJ or London or St. Brown or Neighbors, I'm going to smash the hell out of that. Don't trade Gibbs. Don't trade Achane. Don't trade Ollie. Don't trade Travis Hunter. Don't trade Rice. Yeah, you're kind of in a holding pattern, bro. Try moving Ingram to upgrade Scary Terry. I would do Ingram and Scary for a slight wide receiver upgrade, and I would go Ingram and AJB for a slight wide receiver upgrade. The reason I'm scared of Scary is because of the injury concern he might have this year holding in. And AJ Brown being banged up and then kind of should be good to go. That worries me too. All the knee issues over the years. So definitely looking to maybe make that kind of move. My boy. Appreciate you. Mahomes, Ward, Herbert, Hall, Bijan, Worthy, Igbuka. Did I read this one already? I like this team. I think I already read this one. Great squad. Great squad. Great squad. Upgrading Hall using Garrett Wilson if you can swing big. But waiting for those guys to gain value might be the move for you. PPR, JD5. Oh, we got a $20 hauler from Vin. Vin, appreciate you. $20 hauler gets immediate attention.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Vin, appreciate you, my boy. Hey, Smitty, big fan. Thank you. Big fan of you, pal. Rate my team. I went 3 running backs off the rip, which didn't plan initially. Bijan, Bucky, Chase Brown, Rice, Hunter, Debo, Worthy. Love it. Sharps, Ingram. Don't touch it. Mahomes, marinate. Sit on it. 8.0 out of 10. I don't give a lot of 8.0s. And honestly, trading any of these guys that are going to climb and gain value, even Worthy, the Sharps, Ingram, Mahomes, Penix, Ollie, Tesla, Burden, All these guys are going to gain value. All of them. At some point. So 8.0 hold. Great team. 10 let the team marinate. 10-man PPR, JD5, Hampton, Monty, Lamb, BTJ, Warren, Evans, Buka, Rice, probably Jalen Warren, Sharps, White, Mixon, Benson. Running back room. Okay, so Hampton, Monty. I'm trying to get rid of, love that you got Tyler Warren, BTJ Lamb. I'm trying to get Monty upgraded. And I'm easily going to throw Benson in, but he probably doesn't have the value yet, so wait on that one. I'm easily going to throw in Mike Evans and Monty together. And I don't know what's on waivers, or if you need to, you're going to be, without a starter there, but you shouldn't be. I mean, there should be some other players somewhere. But I'm definitely looking at Evans and Monty for one big upgrade. And I'm thinking, of course, any second-round player that comes to mind. Obviously, the right second-round player, London, St. Brown, BTJ, Bucky, Hendy. You got Hampton already. You could always go after two players and go get Harvey and see what else they have. I think you have Travis Hunter, right? If you don't have Travis Hunter, go to the Travis Hunter owner, see what they have. Hopefully they've got Hunter and Harvey. Monty and Evans for Hunter and Harvey. I would love that. Something along those lines. There's nothing wrong with trading 2 for 2 in that situation. But that's where I start, at least. Appreciate your super chat, my boy, coming in strong with a $5 hauler. Any upgrades, in your opinion? Lamar, CMC, B. Hall, Nico, Adams, Hunter, Rice, Diggs, Debo. I like the squad a lot. I'm just really trying to get out of the Diggs in my lineup and the potential CMC. And honestly, CMC and Diggs together to go get two players, go get Genty, go get Bucky, go get Achan, go get Kyron. And depending on who you get and depending on what they have, you're going to get two players for one. You throw Diggs in to just make it a 2 for 2. But definitely trading CMC. If you don't want to trade CMC, not much you can do here other than try and couple Adams and like Mason together and then try and make that trade. But honestly, Breece Hall and potentially Debo could get you something in that second round value range if you're, looking at the BTJs and the Londons and the Buckies and the Achans and the Genties. But CMC to Genty with a wide receiver upgrade from even Debo to a higher player works, or Adams into a higher player. Let's say they have BTJ. You go CMC and Adams for London or BTJ or neighbors, and then you get Genty or you get Bucky or you get Achan. That's kind of where my mind goes with that team. Have Addison, Sutton, Diggs, and Woody Marks on my bench. I have Caleb Johnson starting. I would not be starting Caleb Johnson at running back. Should I drop him for Samson, Bigsby, Ollie? Ollie, bro. I mean, I don't know. Like, listen to me clearly, guys. I don't know how much more clear I can get. Ollie Gordon wins you mother freaking leagues. And Raul, this is for your own good. I'm only saying this so that other people can learn from it. The fact that people ask me if they should pick up Ollie Gordon in a question is head-scratching to me. Head-scratching. I only create the content over and over and over. I only hit the buttons over and over. I only tell people that this guy's winning leagues single-handedly, and then I still have people saying, should I pick up Ollie Gordon? I'm not mad at you, Raul. I'm reacting this way so that people that are watching that maybe aren't fully paying attention, they're hearing me, but they're not really listening to Smitty. They're hearing Smitty, not listening to Smitty, kind of like you are, Raul, in a little way. And I'm not mad. You super chatted. I appreciate you. I'm giving you my honesty. You're super chatting me for my honest reaction so I can help you smash your league. I'm not here to pat you on the back and say, good job, buddy boy. It's such a, this is one little tweak. I'm here to literally say, bro, what are we doing? Get Ollie, get him now. If someone else gets him, you just whiffed. You just made the biggest whiff the entire season, and you sat on your hands, Raul, because I've been screaming it. And if someone else gets him, that's on you. You got to go get him. You're starting Caleb Johnson right now. at running back who's sharing the ball. Not saying you have to cut him necessarily. Cut Najee. Cut Najee. Or drop him for Samson, Bigsby, Ollie. Oh, Najee's not on your team. I mean, I don't know who else you can cut. I'd probably cut Diggs. Cut Diggs or Marks. You want to keep. Don't necessarily need to cut Caleb Johnson. I'm not saying cut Caleb Johnson, but he shouldn't be starting. Ollie should be starting. Go do it live. Goodness gracious, Raul. I appreciate you. Raul, you there? Raul to the moon. Raul, please report to the moon. Let me send Raul to the moon. That was a tough pep talk. That was a real tough pep talk.
Let him cook. To the moon.
Raul, I do appreciate you. I hope that tough love sinks in. Tatered Sandwich. Is this another $20 hauler from Tatered Sandwich? Look at this guy. He doesn't stop. He does not stop.
Alert. Super chat alert.
You know what I appreciate most about Tatered Sandwich right now? Is every time he drops a $20 hauler, I can take a sip of my drink. It's like a little break because I get to hit the button and I'm like, God, Tatered Sandwich, thank you for the drink. Thank you for the pit stop, bro. $19.99 hauler, my boy. 12-man starters are nasty. Grandma League. How many leagues do you have? Besides tight end, have Goddard. Only want to trade bench players for a tight end. Who can I get with Sharps, Mason, Marks, Hunter, Mims, Rice, Tesla trying to take over? It's Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren, and what can you give? I mean, Sharps eventually, but maybe Sharps now, and that's not bad. Like, look, Walker's still there. There's no guarantee of anything, and while Sharps is a league winner and probably taking over the backfield, you could potentially move that. Now, would I try something else? Yes. Hunter for Warren is also kind of risky. Look, Rice is out 6 weeks. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world to say I'm going to trade Rice straight up for Tyler Warren, but I would try and get more. I think all of these options are a little bit more heavy hitting than Tyler Warren's ADP and cost of entry, even though I love Tyler Warren. So I'm probably trying to do something a little different. Now, if you can get rid of Mason and Tesla to get him, great. If you can get rid of Sharps and get something with him, then great. If you can get rid of Hunter. Of all the players I don't want to trade, it would probably be Rice, Hunter, and Sharps in that order of not wanting to trade them. But you have to probably get something more. Wheel Snipe Selly in the building with 10 gifted memberships. Our boy Wheel Snipe is dropping wads. Please thank him if you got a gifted membership. Thank you, Wheel Snipe. We appreciate you so much, man. And thank you, Tatered Sandwich, for dropping the wads all night. Appreciate you. This one here from Vlad again. Vlad, my boy Vlad, he's still here. Got BTJ. Got BTJ and Hurts. Should I trade Hunter for Sharps? That's too. Hunter's worth more right now. It doesn't mean we don't love Charbonnet. We love Charbonnet, but I would not trade for Charbonnet at that cost right now because he hasn't climbed up. Now he could tomorrow morning if the team announces he's starting week 1, but right now the cost of entry is not as high, so you'd be overpaying. You need more. Start one: Waddle, Ricky, or Debo. Give me Debo all day long. I know Ricky's an attractive play, but I mean, people that say, oh, Ricky all day. Those people have 10,000 shares of Ricky. That's the only reason they're saying that. Rank 1 through 5: Harvey, Hampton, Henderson, Krosky, Merritt, or Ollie Gordon. 1 through 5 is going to be Henderson, Hampton, Harvey, Gordon, Krosky, Merritt in that order. I don't say that lightly because your boy loves Krosky, Merritt, but I mean, those are all players that are pulling on the heartstrings there. And then in Smitty We Trust says, small bench, do I need a backup QB with Burrow? Not if there's a plentiful amount of QBs on waivers. If you've got Stafford out there, you've got, Cam Ward, like, it's good. If you literally have Aaron Rodgers and that's it, you better be concerned. You better be concerned of dropping a tight end or dropping a backup quarterback. I'm sorry. Mac, appreciate you dropping the super chat here. Judy and Caleb for Ollie and Harvey. Let me put it this way. I would trade Judy and Caleb for Ollie. So if you get Harvey, we better call the veto police. And if this is you cooking up this idea late at night, you're going to get the door slammed straight on your face. But you could certainly try. We'd be very proud of you if you got that pulled off. This is the part that just really concerns me. This really concerns me. Brian, your question concerns me. I don't understand. I really don't get it. I don't get why I keep seeing things like this. I don't get why I haven't made my point abundantly clear. You'd think my yelling and screaming about it would make it clear. It would clear it up. B-Rob or Ollie. Why is this being asked? Brian, answer the question, please. For my own curiosity, why are you asking this question? How is it not clear yet? I don't understand. I really want to know. I'm asking because I want to know. Because if I know, then I can maybe help better or something. Because apparently I'm not being very clear. I don't understand. I don't understand how a show after show after show and an intro and a rant about 25 minutes long with 5 other questions people have asked me where I've ranted again, how you're asking this question, Brian. I don't understand. And what I don't understand is your response was, I have H-hand. Should I have my own handcuff, LOL? I don't understand how you're still not understanding, Brian. What do you think I mean, Brian? What do you think I want you to do? Brian says, I have H-hand. Should I get my own handcuff? Brian, what do you think I want you to do right now? Answer that question for me. What do you think is the best course of action? Let's see what Brian says here. I just don't understand. I don't understand how we're even having this conversation, Brian. I don't understand how you're typing these things. Brian, have you been here the whole show tonight? Because I've literally said about 1,000 times that Ollie Gordon wins leagues. It doesn't matter who's your handcuff. It happens to benefit you here to get Ollie, but anybody deciding not to pick Ollie up or ask a question, Brian Robinson Jr. over Ollie Gordon, or hey, would it be smart to drop Woody Marks, who we like? He's a midseason monster. Should I drop Woody Marks for Ollie Gordon? Ollie Gordon's a supernova.
There are handfuls of Saturn, Mars, and Moon men, but only 8 can be supernovas. I give you the 8 best picks in fantasy football.
They are the 8 supernovas. They are the 8 supernovas. The hateful 8 supernovas. I'm looking at the 8 supernovas. Actually, it's 12. Actually, it's 13. Supernovas. The magnificent 13.
Look at him.
13.
Top left corner, Ollie, Brian.
And the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Shuttle has cleared the tower, Brian. Brian, the shuttle has cleared the tower. At least Brian has got thick skin. I love that about Brian. I will say that. Brian says, what did he say? He said he may have disrespected. Where's your comment? May have disrespected Ollie Gordon. Here's his comment. This is a W comment by Brian, taking accountability. May have disrespected Ollie Gordon. I love that you're following up with me when I'm like, Brian, why are you asking this question? And you're like, well, I'm just saying, like, should I know it's overpay. But should I? Because I have H-hand. Maybe I should do it because I have H-hand. No, Brian, you should do it because you want to win money. Brian, you should do it because you want to be a winner. It's because you want to be Ricky Bobby for Halloween, Brian. If you're not first, you're last, Brian. That's why you should want Ollie. It's nothing to do with H-hand. Although it benefits you to have Ollie Gordon because you have H-Hand. But the fact that you're posing the question means that you don't know how we feel on the channel, and that's okay. That's why we're here. All right, Brian. Tangent, sidebar, handled, taken care of. Brian is now wearing his Ollie Gordon jersey for the remainder of the live stream that he made with a piece of paper and a marker. Dobbins for Rashi. I have Mac. Come on, stop, bro. Daniel, stop wasting your... This is a waste of $10 right here, by the way. Dobbins for Rashi Rice. What are we doing? What are we doing, Daniel? What are we doing? This was you just trying to be nice and say, Smitty, I'm just kidding. I wanted to throw you $10 to say thank you. I know you weren't asking this question for serious. For Come on, bro. Oh, I have Mac and Kamara and Eckler. Daniel, first of all, I appreciate your super chat. Please don't stop giving me those. But I don't know what in the hell is going on. Bro, J.K. Dobbins can't hold Rashi Rice's jockstrap, even when Rashi Rice is suspended. During his suspension, he can't hold his jockstrap. Rashi Rice is going to be more valuable than J.K. Dobbins in his first game back. Even if I'm wrong and J.K.'s really good in week 1, he's going to get hurt. It's inevitable. Draft Lamb Collins for in the first round if I have J.J. Neighbors. Thank you again, Daniel. I'm sorry to... I think I've also been pushed to my limits tonight. Draft Lamb, Nico in the first round. Draft Lamb or Nico. Let's stop with the slash thing, guys, because it doesn't always mean and or. Like, just say or and. Because, honestly, you guys will put the slash. I'll be like, draft them back to back. Sure, do it. And then you end up going, no, and I messed up. The slash was... Just stop doing your shorthand that no one else knows. Draft Lamb or Nico, I assume, in the first round if I have JJ Neighbors as keepers. You draft the best player available, Dennis. And if that ends up being Lamb, it ends up being Lamb. It doesn't matter. If Gibbs is there, Bijan's there, I'm taking those guys. I would contemplate Genty, if Genty was available. But Lamb with JJ and Neighbors, you have the best crew out there. Pick up Henderson, Harvey, and Hampton later. That works too. Genty, Achane are the best available running backs, so you do clarify that. There's nothing wrong with Genty over Lamb, but I'm drafting Lamb pretty much 9 times out of 10 over Genty just because, he's a top 1, 2, or 3 overall player, and I draft best player available. But in that situation, I could understand why you would lean slightly toward the position of need, which is fine when we're talking about that close of a situation. To get Tyler Warren, Pacheco, Rice, Joku, Mason, or Sharps. I would try and do Pacheco. I would try not to trade Rice for Tyler Warren. I'd try not to trade Charbonnet. If I did, I'd want a little more, especially if I'm trading Rice. So that would be the way I look at that situation, my boy. Vladimir with another one says, Smitty. Jeez, man. Some of these questions have been wild tonight for sure. Trade CMC and Bryce Young for Hendy and Mahomes. Abso-freaking-lutely. Easiest question I've been asked all night. That's easier than, hey, should I cut Ollie Gordon? No, not quite. Not quite as easy, but we're borderline the same. These two things are kind of the same question. This one here from my boy, Mac, I appreciate you for dropping the super chat, and then I got Joshua's right here. Got Ollie back. Mo, I got Ollie back nice. Bo, DK, Jerry, Judy, Bijan, Chubb, McBride, Ollie, Bench, Debo. How should I solidify wide receivers? I'd probably say, I don't know, man. Right, Ollie. Debo's great. Debo's great. Bijan and Chubb. You have no running back number 2. Who's your running back 2? It's not Chubb. It's Ollie. Put Ollie in there. It's Ollie. Oh, drink break. Drink break from... Thank you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Tater, appreciate you, my boy. Tater sandwich with the $20 hauler. Buying this chat just to hear your thoughts. Someone said wasn't Wright a league winner last year. Why is Gordon now? Good topic for people that don't understand. I love Gordon, but I think it's a good topic. Okay, let me be gentle on this one. You're right. I need to be a little bit more. I got to realize not everybody's watching every single thing I create. But at the same time, I've said it all show long. So, Outbreak says, so you're saying I should drop Javante for Ollie? He's messing with me, but yes. I thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, Quantum. But, I mean, look, Wright is injured right now. Number 2, Wright didn't step up last year. Number 3, it doesn't matter what happened last year. It's just as if almost you're saying there was a body there and the body should have done something. Bro, it's about Ollie Gordon. It's about examining the player, examining the prospect, examining the monster running back that at the college level steamrolled over people. He's a bulldozer, a bowling ball. Wright's solid, but Wright's nothing. Wright's Algier when all of a sudden they drafted Bijan. I'm not saying Ollie Gordon's Bijan, but I'm saying the difference in talent level is about the same. Wright is Algier to the Bijan in this situation. And while he won't be Bijan, he might be a top 8 running back. The answer is simple. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It matters what the gut says. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It matters what your gut and your eyeballs tell you. If you watch Ollie Gordon footage, go look it up on YouTube after the show, and it doesn't scream, oh, yeah, this is better than Wright. Holy crap. That's the answer, bro. That's the answer. Sometimes you don't need some sort of scientific flux capacitor component module data algorithmic equation to maybe have, okay, well, Wright was there. Wright didn't do anything. So, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm just trying to say, just because Wright didn't do anything, what makes you think it's going to be the next guy? Because I like the player? Just like when I don't know, we didn't think that a team was going to do well one year, and then they add a certain player, and we're like, well, they didn't do it last year. Well, because the players they've added have been great. This situation, Ollie Gordon's the guy. All I need is my eyeballs. Wright can't even hold a candle to him. So it's really an easy call. It's the eye test is what it is. $2 hauler just picked up Ollie to start him week 1 over Caleb. Nice job, bro. Nice job. Raul's he's picking up the pace here. Now, we could also keep in mind news could influence some things. Like, let's say Jaylen Warren had to miss the game. Like, we got to adjust and adapt to different things. But even though I still want all these. So, as far as this team right here, Evan Ingram, Bryce Young, McBride, I don't know. You know what I'd be tempted to do here? First of all, get Debo into your lineup. I'm trading Jerry Jeudy or DK Metcalf and get Nick Chubb out of your lineup. I don't know why Nick Chubb's in your lineup. Maybe a Dunze and Jerry Jeudy, a Dunze and DK to get one player somewhere, bro. It's really hard. This team is kind of tough, I'll be honest with you. It's not very deep. Hopefully Bigsby can gain some value. You might need to come out of week 1 just having some players gain some value. You might have to, unfortunately, divide and conquer Bijan or McBride at some point. Like, you go get Tyler Warren. If you can look at it now. What kind of player could you get with Tyler Warren with McBride? It'd have to be a Hendy or something. Can you do that? Look and see if you can get Tyler Warren and like Hendy or Achan or something like that. That's probably where I'm going with that team. And then this right here. This is a 10-man field. Henry, Chase Brown, CD, Rice, Egmeka, Buka, Diggs, Bigsby, Caleb, and he moves. Henry, trade Henry away, honestly. I know you don't want to hear that. That's what I would do. Diggs, Warren. If that's Tyler Warren, great job. I'm trading Henry away for Achan, Kyron, Genty, or Bucky, and then trying to get an extra piece. And if I'm doing the extra piece, that's fine. If I'm going to throw in, let's say, a Diggs, maybe you can get a little something extra back. Or maybe you're throwing in Mason and you can get a little something extra and make that player just a little bit better. probably the direction I'd take that. We got a $20 hauler here from Big Angel. Appreciate you. Big Angel says, JD5, Achan, Genty, Neighbors, wow, Worthy, Flexes, Harvey, TJ Hawkinson, Benches, Golden. Is that Tyler Warren? That might be Jalen Warren. If it's Tyler Warren, I'm trading Hawkinson. Either way, I'm trading Hawkinson for Tyler Warren if I can. Maybe that will upgrade you, Garrett Wilson, into something more. Maybe that'll upgrade you, Worthy, into something more. Hawkinson and Worthy for even McBride, if you wanted to go in that direction and throw Garrett Wilson in the lineup. That might be what I do there. You might be a great candidate to go get mother freaking McBride instead of downgrading a McBride. That's a great, great team. And that was a $20 hauler. Delay.
Alert. Super chat alert.
And then also, I would look to trade Hawkinson and Worthy for McBride. He's cheaper than Bowers. And then throw Garrett Wilson in the lineup. Fantastic. Easy. And if you have Tyler Warren, then don't do that. I don't know if I think it's Jalen Warren. But if it's Tyler Warren, don't do that. But you could also trade Hawkinson and Worthy for Tyler Warren and somebody if you want to take a look at that person's team. Rockout says trade K9 and T-Mac for Kyron. Is that too much? I don't think it's too much. It's definitely a lot, but I think it's probably, I don't know if you could get something else. Does the chat agree? He doesn't have Charbonnet. So does he trade trade K9 and T-Mac for Kyron if he doesn't have Charbonnet? Does he get out of that situation doing that? Let him know. Please vote in the chat. 12-man PPR. Knicks, Bajan, Achan, Worthy, McMillan, Judy, Kittle, Algier, Dunze, Kraft. We got 730. We have 700. Oh, we have 400 people on YouTube. And we have roughly 3-something on X right now. I need all my people on X to get on over to YouTube and subscribe over there, like over there. It's more interactive. Please go over to YouTube and subscribe so we have you over on that side too, because I don't go live on all this news all the time. So I want you to be on over on the YouTube channel so you make sure you're not missing out. Tatered Sandwich with another $20 hauler. This is the time where I take a drink. It's great. It's amazing.
Alert. Super chat alert.
$20 super chat. $20.
It's my drink break. Who is better, Achan and Old Mostert, or Achan and New Gordon? I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat the Mostert Achan. There's no way to really replicate that kind of touchdown production. So as much as I want to say Gordon's probably better than Mostert, let's hope it's the same. I don't think it could be better. We're talking about a 20 touchdown Mostert, you know. I would probably say we're high pressed to expect that. That's not something. Give me the new two punch. Like, what do I rather have? Like, if I could go back in time, the things were just laid out perfectly. I think if you put Gordon in Mostert's role back then, you would have got that production. I just don't know if Miami. We'll have to see. It's a lot to ask. But I love Gordon. Gordon's going to be a monster. Thank you, Tatered Sandwich, for dropping the additional $20 hauler. You were such a savage up in here. And then we've got this super chat here already on screen. And then I've got these two. So Denny, I thought this is Denny Spalding for a second. This is Danny. Danny, half PPR, Josh, Bijan, Connor, MHJ, Sutton, Igbuka. This is a good team. And he moves, traded Debo and JCM and got Thornton for Igbuka, Pitts, and Keaton Mitchell. Yes, I'm fine with the Igbuka side. Nice job. I didn't mean to pause for so long. I just wanted to read it. And I'm trading Connor and Sutton for one player, for sure. Connor and Sutton for one player. That's what I'm doing. What could you get? Think second round players, bro, and just go reaching into the second round of value range for players. That would be probably the best course of action. Let me read this one from Josh. It's been sitting here. 12-man, Knicks, Bijan, Achan, Worthy, McMillan, Judy, Kittle. Good squad. I would just say waivers available. Fields, Blue. Okay. Blue's pretty good. Tesla is pretty good. But I don't know you can drop necessarily anybody. I would definitely not hold 2 defenses or anything or 2 kickers. Okay, Dobbins, Algier. I know you want to cuff Algier. I'm fine with that. If, let's say, Ollie Gordon were there, that'd be more priority. But I'd say the trades that you need to make. Where's Ollie Gordon? You got H-Hand and no Ollie Gordon, bro. Kittle for Evan, for Tyler Warren. Kittle for Tyler Warren. See if you can upgrade Judy. See if you can upgrade Dobbins. See if you can upgrade a Dunze using Kittle. And you could go to Evan Ingram after that. But I think, and maybe you love Kittle, and that's fine. I don't want to make you trade your favorite player, but I think Evan Ingram is just a better. I'm starting to Evan Ingram. I like Evan Ingram too. I think Tyler Warren's just a better option, given that it gives you a whole upgrade somewhere else. Nix, Harvey, Lamb, Sutton, Goddard. I'm trading Sutton probably. I'm not trying to disrespect him over and over, but it's a nice trade piece. Charbonnet. Go to the Walker owner. See if you can trade him Charbonnet and Sutton for a better wide receiver than Sutton. If not, you're holding Charbs and waiting for that value to grow. You're not trading Rice. You're keeping Rice. Love this team in a sense, but it is very light. It's nice, but it's very thin. And you just need that one player. And Rice was that player, but you probably need that one player in order to be considered like a 7.5 even to me. You might go from like 7.2 out of 10 to like 8.0 once Rice is back, but what will your record be? So you got to kind of be careful. Now, don't give Sutton away, but do I love the idea of maybe trading Tootin or Bigsby or Charbonnet at some point? I don't think you can do anything going into week 1. So just keep an open mind. Hit me with some questions as they come if you've got a potential trade concept, but you're definitely going to want to attack this if you can't get the right price heading out of week 1 when there's some buy low opportunities. 12-team Superflex: Allen, Bucky, Harvey, London, Higgins, Strange, Swift, Igbuka, Ollie, Javante, Debo, Mims, moves. Allen plus a running back for Pat plus Genty. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Josh Allen plus a running back for Genty. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't throw in. I don't want to throw in Bucky or Harvey though. Swift. Yeah, Swift. Josh Allen and Swift for Pat Mahomes, Genty. I love that. London for BTJ to stack with T-Law. Don't worry about stacking in non-best ball, bro. It has no relevance. It can even be a hindrance. Don't even think like that's best ball, bro. Only best ball is stacking important. That has nothing to do with anything. I mean, is it advantageous sometimes, like in the Bengals offense when they throw all the time? Sure, but the Jags might throw, but I'm not trying to stack that. I think that's a misnomer, bro. In non-best ball, it's totally not worth doing it. And then, who was your other quarterback though? Anyway, who'd you have? I don't mind T-Law. I'm not saying don't take T-Law. I don't remember who the quarterback was. But yeah, I wouldn't force that. That's not the way that it works. Not best ball. Knicks, Mike Evans, Sutton, Hunter, Keenan Allen, Coleman, Shaheed, Bijan, Kyron, Sharbs, Benson, Sampson. Love the team. IR, adding Tesla, or how are we feeling? I like the team. Knicks, Mike Evans. I don't love Mike Evans and Sutton a ton. Love Bijan, Kyron. Love Sharbs. Benson's great. I don't really know where to go from here, though, because you can't really sell Evans high. People are worried about him aging out. You can't really sell Sutton for what he's worth. He's always undervalued, even by me. And Hunter hasn't proven anything yet. People are scared of him. You're just kind of waiting, my boy. There's not much you can really do here. I wish you could, unless you want to trade Bijan or Kyron, which I don't want you to do. But you do have options. Once Benson, Sampson, B-Rob, if something happens to Christian McCaffrey, and then especially Sharbs get some value, bro, then you're just going to swing around and go get a wide receiver or a wide receiver upgrade. But you're kind of in a holding pattern. I don't want to force you to make a trade. It's not going to make sense for you. Your value is in those rising monster running backs that are going to simmer and marinate on the bench for a week. Hope I hit the mark in a 10-man standard. Baker, Lamb, Nico, Hendy, Harvey, Bowers, Brees. Wow, really good team. Sharbs, Penix Jr., fantastic squad. 10-man, I'd say 7.9 just to give you a little bit of upside wiggle room. You certainly need to have Harvey and Hendy explode. And if they do, that might be all you need to be that 8.0 out of 10 for me. Brees Hall, Harvey, if they both hit, you're going to go crazy. Would I trade Brees Hall and Sutton for a Genty or a Bucky? I would. So I'm trying to trade Brees and Sutton for that Bucky, that Genty, maybe even that Kyron Williams to go with Hendy and Harvey and Bowers and Nico and Lamb. You make that trade and you're already 8.2, 8.3 from the jump. Hope I hit the mark. Thank you very much. You did hit the mark. That was nice job. Let's jump into an underdog draft. Let's go straight to the battle royales. Underdog promo code Smitty. They'll match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. Here it is. Smash that link right there. The link's pinned in the live chat. Underdog will match your first deposit 50%. The code Smitty gets it done as well. Minimum $10 only. And we're going to jump into an underdog draft right now. So go to the battle royale. Open up the app. 5 gifted membership given out by Tatered Sandwich. Tatered, thank you for doing that, pal. All right. Pull up the app. Go to the originals tab at the bottom. You're going to swipe over to the, where is it? Like 4 over, 5 over, maybe 6. Yeah, maybe 6 swipes. And you'll see Battle Royale Week 1 $7 draft. Smash that button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. Jump in. Do it live. And we will jump right into this Battle Royale. Rock out, you're live. What can I do for you?
Yeah, this might be wishful thinking, but you think I could probably get Bucky for that package? I don't think so, but yeah, it's Bucky and Genty.
Bucky for what package? I don't remember. Bucky for what?
For K9 McMillan.
K9 and Tet. What did the chat say about this? What the first one?
They said it was too much.
Yeah, it might be, bro.
And
You were trying to get what for K9 and Tet earlier?
Kyron.
I don't know if it's too much, honestly. I just think maybe you get something else, bro. Like, do they have something that they don't know is good? Like Tootin or something. Anything like that. That would make a difference for me. Because I like Tet McMillan, and I like K9, but if K9 falls to the wayside, bro. By the way, we need one more to start. It's still sitting at one more to start. If K9 falls away, like you got Tet versus Kyron all of a sudden. I mean, maybe people like that. I don't. So, I don't know. If you could get one other thing added, I like it.
Let me see. Bro. Yeah, Brian Allen, Shakir, Myers.
I'm waiting to go. Guys, we're waiting on one more. Battle Royale Week 1. I don't understand. This happened last time. I wonder if it's a glitch. What else? Rock out. There's got to be more.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much. He only has Myers, Addison, Allen from the Jets, running back. Shakir.
Maybe Allen. Guys, what do you think if he got Allen? Bucky, you're not getting that. But yes, try. Achane, try Achane because he's banged up. Achane would be great here for K9 and Tet. But if he added in Braylon Allen, and guys, we still need one more in the Battle Royale Week 1. I can't believe we're not filling that. Oh no, I'm on the clock. I gotta refresh. It shows I'm on the clock. I knew it was a glitch. I knew it. My app is just like frozen. Let's close it out and go back in.
Or we could go after the Jacobs Henderson.
I knew it. Hold on a second, rock out. The app isn't opening for me.
Oh man.
All right. So would you guys take this, Kyron and Braylon Allen for K9 and Tet? Vote on that.
And I also got Steve on my side.
Vote on that, please.
We could also go after the Henderson Jacobs owner as well.
Brian says, come on, Brian. This is his second time tonight. Brian says Kyron should have less of a workload. Why? Who told, who you heard that from somebody that spat out that garbage? What are you talking about, bro? Come on, man. Jeez, you gotta stop listening to this nonsense, bro. Someone told you that. That's the only reason you're saying that. Oh my god. All right, hold on. I wish I could draft. I have to close the screen and not show the draft.
Sometimes it glitches.
All right, rock out. Anything else? Kyron, Braylon Allen. Would the chat
also go after the Henderson Jacobs owner?
Yeah, Henderson would be good. I'd take Hendy, and then what else could you get added in there at all? And in chat, would you take Hendy over K9 and Tet? Hendy alone? Kind of wild that if the chat would, but not.
Ridley. You got Ridley and Buka.
Yeah, you're not getting that.
Yeah, he'd be like, we're barely doing anything.
Chad, you taking Kyron and Braylon Allen over K9 and Tet, and are you taking Hendy straight up over K9 and Tet?
Let's see what else we got.
Damn, Brian, bro. Brian, you're killing me, Brian.
Man, people's rosters are so weird.
All right, I'm gonna have to run in a second, rock out.
Okay.
So hit me with it real quick, and then I don't know why the apps aren't opening. I got both apps not opening.
Nope.
Come on. This is ridiculous, man.
I know you don't really like him, but Kamara, if we can pull it off.
Kamara? No. No, sir. Well, I wish I could show the board, everyone. I can show it after I make the pick. Jamar Chase. Wish I could have got. I almost got Burrow to fall. I wanted to obviously cuff Chase and Burrow, but I got Jamar Chase, BTJ, Genty. Almost had Burrow. Kyron Williams. Brian, please don't listen to people tell you Kyron's getting less work. I don't know why you would even listen to something like that. They really are going to give him. There's no evidence of that he's going to get less work. None. Somebody said it. You know why somebody said it? Because they've been saying it for 3 years and they want to be right. That's why somebody said it. That's it.
How about Hampton? But I don't know if he'll do it because he's pretty stacked at receiver.
I like the Hampton.
I wouldn't be really helping him with the add-on of McMillan because he got Pickens at his flex.
Yeah. All right, rock out. Keep it up. I like Hampton. It's not a bad idea. Harvey and something, but it would have to be a more significant something. So keep it up and come back if you got anything else. But yeah. It sounds like Kyron and something else, but he doesn't have it. That doesn't work. Bring it back when you got it. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, cool.
All right. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to. Is anybody else having a problem with the app? I wonder if it's my. Oh, damn! It's my Wi-Fi. I have two Wi-Fis. Or I have two internet connections, so I'm on a different one. So we're off that. We're working it. Okay, let's do one more. Back out, go back in. Battle Royale week number 1. Hit Originals tab. Hit the lobby, or the cards, and you're gonna swipe over, and you're going to do a week 1 Battle Royale. $7 draft. Hit the button. Do it live. Smash it. They gave Kyron all that money, so they're not going to want to run him. Yeah, let's go ahead and pay him. Now that we paid him, let's not use him as much. Jeez, man. Unbelievable. Battle Royale. If you guys want to jump into this draft, we need 4 more to start. Hit the Underdog link that's in the live chat pinned. If you're watching the replay, the link is in the description of every video. And the code Smitty also gets it done when you download the app manually, and it says, how did you hear about us? So hit that link. No, Brian. They're not slowing down. Like, should he have less carries just in general? Like, any running back should be getting less work? Maybe, but guess what happens, Brian? He's more efficient, and he has better stats. It's okay, Brian. Kyron, less work. Guy scores 12 touchdowns in 12 games on the ground, 15 total his first year out. Second year, 14 rushing touchdowns. Like, what does he got to prove to people? Or they say things like that, and then people believe him, and then people like Brian hear it, and then they just regurgitate it, right? Brian, you heard it. You were on another show or a channel, and they said it, and now you're just repeating it. And he's supposed to get less work. He's not supposed to get less work. They just paid him. Sean McVay doesn't use multiple running backs, and he loves Kyron. Kyron's the most used running back at the goal line in the NFL. Kyron's one of the more explosive let me guess, he's not an explosive player. Is that what you've also regurgitated, Brian? I don't mean to be so hard on you tonight, but Brian, these are Mickey Mouse takes that you're bringing from other people that we've heard over and over and over. Regurgitated verbatim, word for word. He's not a very explosive player. That's the one that a lot of people use, Brian. He's one of the most explosive running backs in the National Football League. Unfortunately, people that like to crunch data from last year when the offensive line was a mess and everybody was injured, and now he's not an explosive player. He averaged 5 yards per carry his first year. How's that not explosive? He had stacked boxes all season. Kyron be used less. They just signed him to an extension. He finally gets paid, and we have people literally saying he's not gonna be used as much. Unbelievable. All right, I got to get these super chats out of the way here. Any moves? Mahomes, Dak, Bijan, Brown, Bucky, Pickens, Worthy, Devontae Smith, Igbuka. I'm probably going to say Chase Brown, Bucky. I like this team a lot. Maybe Worthy and Devontae Smith for one wide receiver and get Igbuka in the lineup. That's going to be my final answer. We got K-Life with a $20 hauler. K-Life, appreciate you. K-Life, you still here?
Alert. Super chat alert.
K-Life with a super chat, $20 hauler. And then we got Superfly with the $20 hauler as well. Superfly, appreciate you with the 20 watt on screen, young man. Superfly doing Superfly things. $20 hauler.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you both for that. Smitty, I'm in a 12-man draft. I got Chase Brown, Hampton, JD5, Mike Evans, Igbuka, Travis Hunter, Ollie, Lockett. Why we drafted Lockett, bro? Sharbs, Ray Davis, and Thornton Tillman. But good. You tell me you passed on probably a handful of Lockett. But got Ertz as my tight end. All good tight ends are gone. I really, really like the idea of trading for Tyler Warren right now. But let's see if you can do that without damaging your team. Probably not. I think you probably just roll with Ertz. Ertz ain't bad. He's not bad until he gets hurt. And then you have maybe a potential, Ben Sinnott pick up and start at that point. But I think you're probably pretty good. You're waiting for Sharbs and Ollie to gain their value that they're about to gain. And then I think you swing back around. You don't need to fix this in week 1. Let's go Zach Ertz while he's fresh and playing well. And then once he's starting to wear down, we might be able to trade Sharbs or Ollie Gordon. Let's address that later. Thank you for the super chat, you straight up monster. And I love your team. Sharbs is waiting in the wings. Let's do something about that Lockett value, though, if we can pick something else up. Top of the morning and blessings, Smitty. Is it the morning? It is 12:30 my time. 12-team Superflex. How many people we got on the YouTube? On the YouTube, we have how many people? We have, let's see here. I don't think the YouTube is refreshing right now because I think the internet went down that I'm using for that, I think. Maybe 400 on YouTube, and then, I'm on the clock again. Nico, JD5, Bucky. Let's go with Bucky here. This super chat, top of the morning, 12-team Superflex. Joe Burrow, Milrow, Genty, Hendy, Harvey, Ollie, Woody, Bigsby, MHJ, Pickens, Travis Hunter, Buka. Love the team. Warren, Pitts, like the team. Moves to make at QB. You're kind of waiting. I don't think anyone's giving up a QB. You can certainly try, but QBs are, you got to go find a team that has 3 QBs. Otherwise, no one's surrendering their second quarterback in a trade. It just doesn't happen. You could try. I'd love to hear about it, but it's not something you waste your energy on. You're waiting for Milrow, unfortunately, and I like that in a way, but it's just unfortunately where you're at right now. You have to wait for him. I'm hoping George Kittle goes here. Yes, and I hope that you guys don't double up on tight end, because then I can get McBride. This would be a great little paper. But I think if I'm you, my boy, I like this team a lot. I do. If you can't use all 4 of MHJ, Pickens, Hunter, and Buka, I would trade one of them. I probably would trade Pickens. No, I'd probably trade. You know what? I might trade. I'd trade whatever one gets me the most. Do you need to though? Genty, Hendy, it's gonna be hard. You're gonna be hard pressed, my boy, to grab any quarterback, even using that. Okay, I got McBride here. McBride, Burrow, Bucky, Gibbs. I like this so far. Now I just need 2 wide receivers. Nothing to do here. You can't really. You just gotta wait on Milrow. Milrow will get in there, and I hate for you to dismantle the running back stable or the wide receivers. If anything, I might, if you can't use all 4 wide receivers, I might just double down on moving that around on the wide receiver front. Pickens and MHJ for a London or a Neighbors or something, and throw Tesla in if you needed to. Kyle Pitts might be tradable soon, and Milrow will climb up. You'd be doing yourself a reverse of a solid by just moving and destroying that, and then Milrow gets in there, and you're like, damn it. Amon-Ra, Caleb, or you could... What was your quarterback situation? It was Joe Burrow. What if you traded Joe Burrow for Mahomes if they had 2 QBs or something, and you could get, you could go that route? That'd be very hard to imagine happening, though. I don't really know. Let's go. I guess I'll go T. Higgins here because I have Burrow. Part of me doesn't know if I should have probably went Buka. I mean, I could still go Buka, but I would have went Buka and Debo. But Higgins and Burrow's good. I think it's good to stack that in this. Okay, we're fine. I got a lot of Debo, and we're all right, rock out real quick. Rock out what you got real quick, and then I'm out of here.
What defense would you try to pick up? Commanders, 49ers, or Rams?
I don't know. Commanders, 49ers, Rams. Who's projected for the most points this week in your app that you're using?
Commanders by like 0.2.
Commanders by 0.2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that way anyway. So that's not that I always roll. It looks like Buka went. Not that I always roll with what they have for sure, but
yeah, right now I got the Ravens, but they're playing the Bills.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the Commanders. That's a solid move. I mean, the matchup is great.
Yeah,
it's great. All right, rock out.
Cool.
Appreciate you, bro. See you tomorrow.
Yep.
Team is Gibbs, Bucky, Burrow, McBride, Higgins, Debo. Not bad. Like these teams. Bajan, BT, Evans, Jacobs, Mayfield, McCaffrey, Collins, Daniels, Genty. Genty value in the fourth round is ridiculous. End of the fourth round. And a 6-man, but still, it's crazy. McLaurin, Laporta, nice team. Chase, Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, Achane. And I bet they want to Burrow so bad. If they want to Burrow so bad, they shouldn't have taken Achane there. That was their mistake. Amon-Ra, Caleb Goddard, Scat for Kenneth Walker, McBride. Yeah, I'd probably take Kenneth Walker, McBride, but then I'd trade Kenneth Walker. I hate doing this because I like Amon-Ra. Well, actually, you know what? Guys, are we taking Amon-Ra or Walker and McBride? Because you might not be able to trade Kenneth Walker, and then you're stuck. I'd almost say I'm leaning Amon-Ra maybe. But let's see what the chat says. The chat's pretty good about this kind of stuff. I love going to my chat. I don't think that you're gonna trade. Maybe you can trade Walker. I don't know. If you think you could trade Walker, I would take the gamble, I suppose. But if you can't, you just keep Amon-Ra. Because Amon-Ra, you're drafting in the top 12. McBride's going at the top of 3. And then Walker's going at like 5, 6. So like, really, are you doing this downgrade in value for a 5 or 6 round player? I don't know. Amon-Ra, Walker, McBride. Good value there. Walker, McBride, and then trade Walker. If you think you can do that, I am down for it. But if you don't think you can trade Walker, I would not do it. Tatered Sandwich with a $2 hauler says, like and sub people, do it. Thank you. Appreciate you, Tatered. Tatered coming in strong all night long. PPR, Bajan, and Saquon, nice work. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. But it's frozen. Let me just see if I can get the message over here so I can read it. PPR, Bajan or Saquon. Sorry. Okay. Bajan by a country mile. I mean, welcome to the show, by the way, because definitely if you know me, you know that. But I'm glad to have you, pal. Very excited to have you here. Dak, Nix, Pacheco, ETN, Bigsby, Harvey, Benson, CD. I say that because this is the biggest Bijan Robinson channel you'll ever find. We invented him. Before his parents even decided to conceive him, we invented him. Dak, Nix, Pacheco, ETN, Bigsby, Harvey, CD, Amon-Ra. I'm probably going to try and trade Sutton with... Damn, man, I don't like these running backs. Sutton and Pacheco for one slightly better Kyron, or not even slightly better. He's a lot better. Hampton, you're trying to sneak into something. I'd even say like Breece Hall. Get Breece Hall and Harvey at least, and then I feel good about CD, Amon-Ra, and McBride. And then if you still don't feel comfortable, you could try and do the McBride, turn it into Tyler Warren, and then get some monster upgrade from Sutton or Scary Terry. I like your receivers a lot, but I am trying to use ETN or Pacheco with Sutton or Scary Terry to get that RB. Kyron, specifically Kyron, Hampton, Hendy, Try and get that, Rusty. If you do that, you'll be on your way. You'll turn your team from like a 6.9 to 7.1. I know that's not what you want to hear, but one trade and it's like near 8.0. Just one trade. Any moves, Mahomes, Dak, Bijan, Chase Brown, Bucky, Pickens, Worthy, Devontae Smith, Egbuka. Not really. I think that you're either trading Worthy and Devontae Smith or Pickens and Worthy or Pickens and Smith for one bigger monster, Neighbors, BTJ, or you're just kind of standing down because you need these guys to gain value. Worthy, Devontae Smith, Kraft, Egbuka, they're all going to go up in value. So let them do work for you and then come back and then trade them later. Otherwise, you're just selling them right before they spike and you're selling them at their current market value. No one's overpaying for them. So you're just going to end up selling them and being like out, And plus, you can buy low next week, too, when you do the exchange. Smitty, 12-man PPR, 1 flex, QB, JD5, running backs, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey, Chase Brown, Ollie Tootin, Lamb, JSN, Devontae Smith, E Squared, our boy, Emeka Egbuka, Travis Hunter, and Tyler Warren. Love the squad. Judkins, you could trade Judkins potentially. I like this team a lot. Chase Brown, JD5, RJ Harvey, Ollie Gordon's going to serve you well. Lamb, JSN, Devontae Smith, fantastic. Travis Hunter, love it. So maybe you can trade Judkins and potentially a JSN or Devontae Smith to slightly upgrade them into the BTJ realm, the London realm, something like that. Do it live. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are absolutely magnificent. I'm out of here for tonight because I'm exhausted, but I'll be back tomorrow. I'll have a video probably dropping at 4:30 to 7:30 a.m., somewhere in that range. Don't forget, Scott Hansen is on the show Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Let me see if I can find that graphic of Scott Hansen, and I'll put it up on the screen here. I might have had it might have texted it to myself. Let's see if I can find it. Scott Hansen will be on the show on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So we go live at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live early, maybe going straight in. Not positive how that's going to work. If we're going to go straight into the 8 p.m. show, depends on how that goes. It might just be the hour interview and then we bounce off and then get back on the but Scott Hansen will be back to discuss all that we talked about last year, and I'm sure he's going to get a kick out of having a conversation with us. I think he didn't have time. My guess is he didn't have time to do this because I didn't hear back from him till very late, and then all of a sudden it was planned. So I think he made it a point to come on the show, which was awesome of him to make sure that he came in, and I think he has a blast when he comes on the show. And I think that we had such a good conversation about Penix Jr. and JD5 that I think he's going to be entertained by coming back on. So here's the graphic just to show everybody. We'll be back tomorrow, but then on Wednesday we'll have a lot going on. So tomorrow will be busy, but Scott Hansen, September 3, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Don't be late. Hype it up. Tell all your buddies. Get everybody in here, and we'll have a conversation about everything we talked about with Scott last year. Scott gave us a little bit of a challenge. He said, because I told him that Penix Jr. was going to take Kirk Cousins' job, and he's like, "This year, not this year." And I'm like, "No, this year." And he's like, "No." And so we had a little bit of a little debate on the show live, and then he said, "I'll tell you what, I'll come right back on the show emergency style and to talk about it." And I said, and shout us out on the red zone. Say my boy, the fantasy football show, Smitty, when Penix is going nuts. And he's like he kind of did it. He kind of nodded, but anyway, he was going to do it if it hit. And he said that it couldn't be one game. It had to be, he was playing. I told me he'd be a top 10 quarterback. He said, okay, he has to be playing as a top 10 quarterback, not just one game. It has to be multiple games. And freaking Raheem Morris didn't pull him, kept him out of the game until the final 3 games. Penix Jr. finally got into a rhythm. And I feel like we were on the verge of winning that bet. And so it didn't happen. But anyway, regardless, Scott Hansen will be on the show September 3rd, which is this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I will see you all later. I can't thank you enough. Tater Sandwich, thank you for the gifted memberships. Thank you for all the super chats. My $20 hauler monsters, thank you all for dropping the 20 wads. We had Superfly with a 20, KL for life with a 20, Tater Sandwich with a 20, Big Angel with a 20, Tater Sandwich again, my boy Tater Sandwich again, Vin with the 20. We had Tater Sandwich again, Tater Sandwich with a 50. Hey Tater, you get a free video, bro. What video do you want to be on, Tater? Because you dropped well over 100 tonight. You deserve to be on any video you want. So please tell me what video you would like to be on, kind sir, and I will throw you on it right now. We'll play it on the way out the door. Tater gets his way. Do it live, Tater. What's Tater going to choose? What does everybody think he's going to choose? I'm going to guess House Call Hendy, but I'm not sure. Best. Thank you, K for Life. Appreciate you. Tater, what do you want, pal? He's thinking. Hopefully he's still here. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Sick Nasty. Sick Nasty and Travis, thank you so much. Blackbeard, if you're out there, Sick Nasty. Space Ricky. DeBalt, if you're there, appreciate you. I think Tater might have jumped out of here. Jack, you're welcome, bro. Great job at the draft, bro. Triple H and Associates. I mean, should we just make the call for Tater? Thank you, Blackbeard. Blackbeard's always in the shadows, even if he's not typing. And you call him, and he runs out of the shadow real quickly. I don't think Blackbeard's here. Yes, I am. I'm watching you. Let's go ahead and put Tater Sandwich on the Triple H and Associates. I think that he would appreciate that. Although I can see him wanting to be on the Ollie Gordon. Yeah, let's put him on the Triple H and Associates.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
All right, let's get Tater Sandwich on here. He deserves it. He deserves it. Tater doing it live. Tater Sandwich. He deserves it. Let me see if I can grab this. Yep. Long day today, but what a day. What a day. All right, there we go. Let's run it back for good measure. I give you Triple H and Associates, sponsored by many others and Tater Sandwich.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
See you all tomorrow. Again, don't forget Scott Hansen, Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Tell everybody. Spread the word. Let's get a bunch of people. Let's have over 1,000 people in the room when he gets in there. Just impress the hell out of him, all right? See you all tomorrow. Appreciate you. Bye.